I personally fear that this game is gonna die pretty soon. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Black Clover mobile video. My name is Equality, and today we're gonna talk about some not so nice things. First of all, I would like to apologize that there hasn't been any content in a while. I was a little bit busy because I had my family over and, well, I was spending time with them and I haven't seen them in a very, very long time. But now they went back home and I have time to record again. But I wanted to get back and then I realized, what am I even gonna talk about? Because I'm unsure what to talk about. Technically, I wanted to make a video on Black Divider Asta, an ultimate character guide for him, but as you can see, I didn't really have the time to properly build him yet. I spent some more premium crystals, as you can tell, and some normal crystals to, oh damn, I should not have done that, to do the last 3 multis that I needed to do to get a full rotation of the banner, and it got me actually 2 more dupes of him, which is nice, but I did not get his skill page, not once, so I cannot even test that properly. Also, I didn't have the time to do that. I didn't have the time to build proper gear for him. So yeah, I can't really make a video on Asta yet, but as it seems from everyone else, he seems to be pretty cracked. So that's that. But regardless, what I would like to talk about today is things that I do not like so much about this game currently, and which are making it really, really, really hard for me to play this game. I've been struggling to actively play this game lately, and it makes me kind of sad because I love Black Clover, and it's just, I have to say this every time. This game has so much potential, but it's not being used properly, and that's so sad because it could be so cool. The animations and the graphics is so good, but the people who have their hands on this game, they don't understand marketing properly. They don't understand how to properly manage a gacha game, and it is making me so furious. Why? What this video is about is explaining what is taking away the fun from the game for me personally, and the biggest problems in my opinion that keep this game from becoming even greater as it is. We have 3 big problems in total that I would like to talk about. The first thing that I have a problem with in this game currently is that it becomes less and less free-to-play friendly. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because in the very beginning, we all were very, very happy how free-to-play friendly this game was. They gave you a bunch of rewards. There are a bunch of first-time clearance awards and everything. That is really, really, really nice. Of course, for playing the story and everything, that is really nice. They had really cool events in the beginning that gave you really nice rewards as well. And then there was multiple different ways to get crystals pretty much on a daily missions, memory dungeon, PvP. There was tons of ways to farm crystals to a point where I would say you were able to have a pretty decent amount of crystals for pulling every now and then when a good character came out. And I personally really enjoyed that. I think that it is important that you give the players a good amount of free crystals if they have to play the game to get these crystals. And I don't think it was too much. I don't think it was too little. I thought before they gave you a really good amount of crystals, and of course, really good amount of other rewards that were really helpful, right? What now? Now, I feel like they're trying to take this free to play aspect away more and more and more out of the game. And there's some clear signs for that actually. The first huge sign for this is the memory dungeon. This thing used to give around 1.5 or two pulls every day. I think you need 60 pulls, 60 crystals to pull, and I think you got around 100 or something. I can't even remember, but you got 1 to 2 pulls, I think, in crystals through the memory dungeon. What are we getting now? We're getting these. We're getting memory dust, and memory dust is used to craft those materials now. And the thing is that the amount that you get out of this is really, really, really bad. So I went over this in my last video, but if you come here, you can see this. This is what you can make out of them. And you can make summoning tickets. That's cool, right? I mean, I think it's really cool that they even give you the option to make stuff out of it, whatever you want, whatever you need, right? But one summoning ticket costs 48 memory dust. So right now, I can make 7 summoning tickets out of this. And it's been weeks. It's been weeks since I have been doing this 6 levels memory dungeon every day, repeating. Before I got 2 pulls every day. Now I can buy 7 with, I don't know, maybe 1 month worth of playing this. That's ridiculous. That is barely anything. So they took that away. They took, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not sure if this is in JP in Korea or if this was in global, but you used to get 1 free ticket through your daily missions. I think they took that away as well. So pretty much the only way to now get crystals, you can only get crystals through your daily missions, and I think that's pretty much it. And through PvP, of course. So what's that? How is that ever gonna be enough to save up for special characters? I don't understand, especially with this weird schedule that they have been going on with, that we have festival characters pretty much every quarter month. It makes it impossible to save up for these characters. And talking about this leads right to the next point, which is in JP and Korea, we need to buy these special summoning tickets for festival characters, which every time, like every, I think 6 or 7 steps, they get more expensive. They get more expensive the more tickets you have to buy. What does that mean? It means they're literally punishing you for being unlucky. And this is still something that does not go into my mind. How can this become more and more expensive the more you buy? It should be the other way around. If you have a festival character, a special character, like usually you have an event around it. You have a special kind of anniversary that you're celebrating, whether it's half anniversary, whether it's 1 year, 2 year, whatever anniversary you're celebrating. You are thanking the player base for playing this game for this amount of time and for not making you or the game go bankrupt in that time. So what do? You give those players something back. What are they doing? They are punishing you for being unlucky, making you spend even more crystals the more tickets you have to buy. And let's be honest, most of us have to go at least 1 rotation in these banners, because or else you're not going to be lucky enough. And most of these characters, it's not enough to just have the character. You need them at least 2 dupes and their skill page as well to make them do what they actually need to do, right? So you can't tell me that this is a fair point to do. This is one of the worst things ever, and it annoys me so much, and I hate it. I hate it before. I hated it before. Now I hate it even more after they took away so many free crystals from us. It's just sad. It's sad and it doesn't make any sense to me. So that is 2 things. And then the last thing that is taking away from the free to play friendliness is the fact that they're bringing out more and more characters that really depend on their skill pages. Before, the starting characters, like, let's say, Lotus or Maz, for example, those characters are really, really, really good already, or were really, really good without their skill pages. But their skill pages gave them a cool addition that made them like a slight bit better, right? Just enhanced their being really good already. A lot of the characters right now need their skill page to actually work the way they're intended to. And second of all, they need their skill page to be maxed to work the way they're intended to. This is so ridiculous, but I quickly watched a video by Giku the other day where he was talking about Finral and how you would need his skill page and you need his skill page maxed, and pretty much the dupes for the actual character are useless. That concept to me is wild. The thing that is a lot easier to get, which is the character dupes, is pretty much useless. And the thing that you really need is the skill pages. So they're trying to get all of your money out of your pockets, so you go and buy those nice little crystals so that you can afford all of those summons so that you can get the character, or of course buy the universal dupes and use those. I mean, and we are getting chances to get universal dupes, whether it is normal dupes or skill page dupes. Those exist. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not enough to do that for every character. So this is a really, really, really bad scheme. A lot of dark patterns to get a hold of your money. Hi, sorry, I need to intervene real quick. I just remembered what I wanted to say. I think it's a very, very bad dark pattern what they're trying to do. How they were trying to lure in a bunch of free-to-play players and then slowly but surely turning it more into a pay-to-play game, so that those people, like, just so that they can get a bunch of people playing the game at first and then have those people spend a lot of money thinking they would get away with a cool, nice free-to-play experience, which is, I just think it's really, really bad. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. I think it's really bad that they're using these tactics to get your money. Obviously, that's basically what it's doing by making the game less free to play friendly. They're just trying to get money. And I don't know how good or bad it is about this game. I personally fear that this game is gonna die pretty soon already, just because of how weird they are going about everything that they're doing, and with these schemes that they're doing, it's just not cool. What they're banking on all of the players that have a lot of money, completely giving a damn about the free to play players, even though games like these are on a free to play basis. I personally think that paying money into the game should not give you a too big of an advantage over other players. I think what it should do is it should give you a head start basically, or like just skip all of the things that usually take a very long time to do in these games, like farming and stuff. But in this case, it's pretty much mostly about just playing the game, getting the characters that you want, and making these characters work properly. And that is not good in my opinion, and makes me kind of sad because I can't afford it. And so shouldn't you. But yeah, that's a I'm smiling, but it's actually really sad. So the second problem, which kind of connects to the point from before as well, is I think the game currently is very imbalanced. What do I mean by it is very imbalanced? I mean that the times that it takes to do certain things in the game are way too long. Everything takes way too long, and in the end, most of it is not even worth doing it. So what I mean by that, for example, with the experience, they added level 125, which I think is a really cool addition. I still think it was too early for that, but they added it. But what they missed by doing that was adding more stages to the experience stages that you could get better experience pods from, which would make it easier to level up your characters to get to 125. No, what they did instead was they kept all of the levels the same. There is no new experience thing, and you need tons and tons and tons and tons of those normal, not normal, but the highest stage experience thing that there is. You need so many of those to get your character to level 125 that you need to literally have the game running on the side, farming the highest stage of the experience level for so and so and so and so many times. It's ridiculous. It's so tedious. It is annoying, and it's literally, to me personally, it's literally so annoying that I don't even want to do it. I don't care how strong the character gets after that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to have my phone on the side running this level over and over and over and over and over again just to farm one material. It doesn't even matter that you get the normal gold in this stage as well, because that we literally have enough of that anyways. But you have to do this over and over and over again, and it is just so annoying. Why don't you just add more stages to this level with a better item to get that makes leveling characters easier? It is already tedious to level the character. Why do you have to make it more tedious? And on top of that, we still have gear, and grinding for gear is still annoying. It is still annoying, and it takes so much time to do. Personally, I have not tried using the characters that have these extra functions with level 125 because, like I said, I can't be bothered to get them to 125, but it will definitely be one of my next steps of doing. It still takes so long to get good gear. It is incredibly tedious to get good gear, and you need gear for your character to be good. So you need to farm experience, thousands of hours. You need to farm gear, thousands of hours. And I don't think that the purpose of a gacha game like this, because this is not an AFK gacha game, to have your phone, and I really don't care. Some of you might think that I'm too lazy and I'm not investing enough time in this game. Maybe. I don't know how some people can do that, and I don't think that everyone just has a crazy good PC that they can run an emulator on to have the game running in the back and farming over and over again. I doubt it, and I am definitely not gonna put my phone on the charger and let it there and farm the stages over and over again until my battery breaks. No. And I don't think that's the purpose of a game like this. Let me know if I am wrong with this, but I'm not playing a gacha game, especially one of my most favorite anime like this to just have my phone laying down on the side doing everything on autopilot. I want to do things myself. And of course you could say, why don't you can do these stages yourself? Of course, but it's doing the same thing over and over again. Why would I even bother doing that? Because it's not even a challenge doing it. So why? And if we're already talking about long times to do something, let's have a look at this thing here again. This event that I think they had 2 types of this before already. Anyways, this is the same event every time over and over again. You have 2 different currencies that you can collect through the levels, and they have really, really good rewards. Especially right now, they have really nice rewards. You can get 2 characters for free. But being able to buy these things in the shop, ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculously overpriced. I think most of these things are either super overpriced, or it just takes 1,000 years to farm the material. So either give more material per level, or make the prices lower. Make the prices lower. Jesus Christ. It is really not that hard. But you're making it so... I understand that for events like this, you want the player to play the levels and farm the stuff. But this is literally just farming. It takes too long, too tedious. You're just letting the game run on autopilot. And then, so if I have to do grinding for XP, grinding for gear, grinding this event so that I can get all of the stuff in the end, when do I have the time to do all of these things? Do I have to run this game 24/7 to be able to collect all of the rewards? It doesn't make any sense to me. And that's what I mean by it's imbalanced. Same thing. It's the same thing with this boy right here. I think this huge ass golem right here is too difficult to beat for most free-to-play players, and then you don't even get a lot of rewards from this. The amount of coins you get, even if you would be able to do the last stage, are not enough to buy all of the items from one event period. So what is wrong here? What is going on? You either get too little material, or the prices are just too high, or make the period when this boss is lasting longer. But I wouldn't recommend doing that, because it's already very tedious doing this boss over and over again. There is a balance problem here, and this is the problem with most of the things. Pay-to-play players don't have too big of an issue with most of these, I'm sure, because they just have everything and they don't have a problem with this. But not everyone has access to all of the things, not all of the characters, and it's just gonna be hard to do this. I think I have a lot of characters personally. I'm trying this boss. I am failing on stage 5 because I cannot do it. I get through the first phase, I get stuck on the second one. Maybe I don't have a really, really good tactic right now, but I don't want to sit there and wait for 10 hours for Black Asta to just beat his ass up. It's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. This one, I think this one is way too strong. He has unfair tactics. He literally almost completely wipes out my second team in phase 2. Where's the balancing? At least build in some cool mechanic that you'd have to get around, or something that you have to think for, or use your brain. But this is just brain dead farming that takes so long and is so tedious that no one wants to do it. Do you see my stamina right there? I have so much stamina because I never get to use it, because all of the things are too tedious and I don't want to do them. Anyways, I'm going on too much about this. the last thing about why it's a little bit imbalanced is and that is something that I do not understand right now, and this is very recent, but I don't understand it regardless. The JP and Korean version is very out of sync currently with the global version. So we thought that global was catching up and that they at some point would just be the same version essentially. But now we have a situation where JP and Korea is just missing characters that global already has. Speaking of Vanessa and Finral in particular here, and I don't understand. I don't understand why they're doing this. I don't understand where this is going, but it just makes you kind of wonder what is going wrong. Why does this version have characters that this version doesn't? I understand that Global doesn't have all the characters that JP hasn't because they're literally ahead, but why does JP have doesn't have characters that Global has? That doesn't make any sense to me. Shouldn't it, like, isn't it the same game? Shouldn't it be at least remotely the same? I don't know. This is weird to me and I don't understand it, but the third and last point that I want to talk about is that the content keeps returning. We are not we are not really getting any new content. We are fighting the same golem. We have this red, we have the blue one, and we have the Hydra boss with the three heads. They're returning all the time, rotating, same thing over and over again. They change there's like a little gimmicks to the bosses that is different every time, but essentially they're staying the same. Then we have this other event, this summer thing that keeps repeating over and over again. This thing seems to be stuck here for now, forever, pretty much. Same thing. There's just not really a lot happening, which is kind of sad because if there would be cool levels that require thinking and putting up strategies, that would be kind of cool. But this is pretty much just repeating the same thing over and over, and I don't think that I see a big reason for getting new characters as well. Of course, it's cool to get new characters, cool to get the characters that you want, but I'm just missing the reason for thinking, okay, I have this team going on, but it would be cool if I had a character that did this. I mean, I guess this is how meta works, right? You have specific teams that they have one purpose, and then characters come out, they build a new team, right? But I don't really like this concept. I think it would be cool if it would be a little bit more interchangeable, if you could mix and match characters differently and not just with one specific purpose to them. Um, I mean, I think that's a little hard to do, but I'm sure you understand what I mean. Like, have different levels where you can use characters differently and not use the same team of characters for every single level. Um, I mean, I think this is pretty much it. This is my whole rant about why I don't like playing this game so much right now. I really hope that they start to understand this these problems and start working on them. Of course, they're probably not gonna watch this video and take notes on that because I don't really have a lot of viewers yet. But I hope that they I hope that they understand this by themselves, regardless, at some point. And if not, I feel like the future of this game is very dark, and I don't mean because of Asta, but just generally. And I think it would be very sad if another Black Clover game dies. I think the last one, Phantom Knights, did a really good job. I think that game didn't have a lot of issues. I don't know why it died though. I maybe also because the Black Clover fan base is not really that huge. Sadly, this could be so much more, and it's just sad to see that there's still so many problems. But anyways, let me know what you think about all of this. Do you agree with the points that I pointed out? Let me know if you do. Let me know if you don't. I hope this was still somewhat entertaining, I guess. And until the next video, I hope you stay kind, stay balanced, and keep gaming. And we'll see each other. Bye.